It is a particular pleasure to be able to announce to you today that the airport and tunnel access roads will be known as Kingsway, and that has been approved by His Majesty himself today.
It's not taken as long as the tunnel to build for the Chief Minister to get behind the project. Fabian Picardo said he now appreciates the value it will bring.
I was not a fan of this project when it was announced. I believe it was not necessary. But as the parent of boys who play football sometimes around the time of aircraft landing at Victoria Stadium and has been stuck halfway up Devil's Tower Road, unable to get to there, I now fully understand the value of this tunnel. This will aid traffic flow, it will ease congestion. And I hope, given the work that we are also doing now, I sincerely hope it will not be a tunnel to the north of the runway. It will be a tunnel from Gibraltar into Europe, into which we expect to flow very fluidly if we are able. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want to celebrate the work that's been done across administrations. I want to celebrate the work of those who have been in the tunnel doing the work that they are doing, and I want to celebrate the fact that hopefully we won't have to wait anymore for aircraft to cross our runway or land on our runway. Tonight, at midnight, the last vehicle to cross the live runway at Gibraltar Airport will be G1, and the first vehicle to go through the tunnel will be G1.
Behind the construction, there have been teams of litigators because of issues with contractors. Sir Peter Caruana said the project had been steeped in controversy from the start.
There was a very complicated EU tender process. Then the first contractor that it was awarded to pulled out shortly after the contracts were signed. The next contractor that was appointed did what contractors in some countries, I'm told, tend to do, which is bid low, get the contract, and then apply the pressure to get more money out of the client. They picked the wrong client. So we were very clear that much as work ground to a halt in the run-up to the then general election, we were very clear that we were not going to fall for that trick, and if the tunnel had to be paralysed, so be it.
Sir Peter said it was easy to forget the extent of the infrastructural change in the last 30 to 35 years and the difference successive governments have been able to make with the country's collective investment. He highlighted its political importance.
These projects, the terminal that used to be an unmentionable between the current Chief Minister and the previous Chief Minister, but happily no longer is, the tunnel, these have to be seen as major projects in the context. People can agree or disagree whether they're needed today or whether they were needed yesterday. But as I think my successor has discovered, you have to have a very long-term vision for these things. You're not talking about what you think Gibraltar needs today, but what you think Gibraltar is going to need in 15 or 20 years' time, and take the flak in the meantime if people think you've got the timing wrong. The jury remains out on that question, and it's not going to be resolved today. But I am very happy that the government that succeeded mine was committed to both projects, really, and many of the others, and I'd like to thank you for that and for continuing to have faith in this project. Often in Gibraltar we have to do things because we're very small and we need people to have an impression of us. So what people see when they visit Gibraltar influences how they come to think of Gibraltar, and on the back of that, whether it's the sort of place they want to invest in and be in. And the more prosperous Gibraltar looks, the less likely that others in other countries are likely to take the view that it's viable that our political futures might be dealt in this way or that way, as opposed to our way.
And I'll save the best for last. Today's press conference was about much more than a new tunnel. It demonstrated that when the chips are down, Gibraltar stands together, ready to take on any challenge.